everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single blush that I own from worst to best. I'm just going to do my single blushes, so both creams and powder blushes, but I'm not going to include my face palettes or like a blush duo, just because I feel like that wouldn't be really fair, because there's usually more than one blush in there or like a highlighter or something, so that's why I wanted to just do my single blushes. I'm so excited about this because I love blush, but at the same time it was so hard for me to rank. But yeah, I think without further ado, if you want to see the blush ranking from worst to best, then please keep watching. So I just counted and I own a total of 11 single blushes, so we have quite a ranking to get through. I do love my blushes, but I do love some more than I love others in my collection. So in place number 11, I decided to put a blush that was recently in my makeup on the chopping block video, and that is this blush from KKW Beauty. Now, of course, I said in that video, KKW Beauty is like no longer a thing. I thought they were going to rebrand, and I'm really not sure about what they're doing, but I haven't seen any new products from them. I haven't like seen a rebrand from them, so if anyone knows what's going on with KKW Beauty and their like rebrand, then definitely let me know. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do with this product because it isn't really relevant anymore, and that is why I decided to put it in my makeup on the chopping block video. But this is the blush in the shade Honeylove. I picked this up in their like closing down sale, and I believe it was only like $4 or something, so it was super affordable, and it is a gorgeous peachy blush. I don't know if you can see it. It is a beautiful blush. I'm not going to swatch this because these KKW Beauty blushes swatch terrible, but they look so much better on the face. So I feel like swatching wouldn't do it justice. So I'm just going to show it like this. It is a beautiful color, but I don't really reach for it a lot, and that is why I put it in my makeup on the chopping block video. So this one ranks in place number 11. And in place number 10, we have another blush from KKW Beauty. So the other blush that was in my makeup on the chopping block video. This is the KKW Beauty Blush Duo in the shade Classic Pink. And this comes with a matte and a shimmer blush. Now this one I actually really like. I feel like it's beautiful, and I feel like everyone like obsesses over the Dior like bright pink blush. But I feel like this is sort of like a similar thing where it's just a really bright pink blush, but it looks very subtle and pretty on the skin. So if this was from a different brand that's like still available, I feel like I would have featured this a lot more on my channel because I do think this is beautiful. But this is unfortunately like no longer available, and the whole brand isn't really available anymore, so I don't really know what's going on. It is a pretty blush. I just don't really reach for it as much because I cannot use it on my channel. So that is place number 10, the KKW Beauty Classic Blush Duo. In place number 9, I put a blush from Flower Beauty, and this is the Flower Pots blush in the shade Warm Hibiscus. So I bought this because I wanted the bronzer, and they had like a buy one get one free. So I decided to pick a blush as well because it was free anyways. And this is actually a really pretty blush. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it has a really pretty floral design, but it has some sort of like shimmer in it, which is just super pretty. So let me swatch it. It kind of reminds me of like a powder version of the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm blush, but this one is really subtle and sort of has like a gold shimmer in there, but it's a really pretty glowy blush, and I feel like this is definitely an underrated drugstore product. It's super pretty, and this definitely makes me want to try more products from Flower Beauty. This is place number 9, the Flower Beauty Blush Pot in the shade Warm Hibiscus. Place number 8, we have a blush from Hourglass, and I have to say, from like the Flower Beauty blush on, I pretty much love all of my blushes, but this one is in place 8 from Hourglass, and this is the shade Iridescent Flash. And the reason why this doesn't rank higher is because it's quite vibrant. I got this in an advent calendar, so like I couldn't choose the shade. So this is what it looks like. It has a slight sheen to it, and it is a beautiful blush. It's just very easy on my skin tone to take too much. So if I swatch it, my camera doesn't really want to focus, but that bottom swatch is what it's looking like. So as you can see, it's quite pigmented, and that is why this doesn't rank higher. I have to be quite careful when I use this that I don't take too much product, because then I look like I have way too much blush on. But I feel like it is a beautiful formula, and I do really enjoy the Hourglass blushes. I wouldn't have picked this up this shade personally. I would have gone like a lighter one. Still a really great deal, and I'm excited to have it in my collection, and I do use it quite a bit. So that is the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush in the shade Iridescent Flash. In place number 7, we have my Bare Minerals bronzer. I talked about this all the time in the summer, that this was such a beautiful blush, and I still think it's absolutely gorgeous. I have mine in the shade Kiss of Pink, but if I have to be honest, I haven't been reaching for it as much as I did in the summertime, so it's definitely not like my all-time favorite blush anymore in my collection, but it is a beautiful shade. I'm not sure if this is like still even available to buy. If it is, I will have it linked down below, but I've done a lot of videos with this blush, so I will have one of those linked down below as well, so you can see what it looks like. But this is a really pretty blush, but like I said, I just haven't been reaching for it a lot, and I don't really know why. It's just kind of been replaced in my collection by other favorites, but I still feel like this is a really pretty blush. In place number 6, I chose my Pat McGrath blush in the shade Flirtatious, and this is a really beautiful blush. I picked this up because I wanted this for such a long time, and then it was like on sale, so I decided to pick it up. And Flirtatious is quite a light shade, so it's super wearable. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. The reason I'm not ranking this higher is I recently got the Pat McGrath Divine Blush and Glow Trio, which has the shade Divine Rose and Desert Orchid in there, and I feel like I prefer those more than this one, because this one I have to build up, and sometimes it really takes quite a while to build it up for my liking, so that's why it isn't like my all-time favorite in my collection, but it is a beautiful blush. I just wish it was like a little bit more pigmented. The bottom one is what that looks like. It swatches pretty pigmented, but like I said, it just takes quite a bit to build up on my skin tone, even though I'm still like super light in skin tone. I have mostly been reaching for like the Divine Rose blush from that palette, because I do prefer that a bit more than this one, but it is still a beautiful blush and I do really like it. So that is the Pat McGrath blush in the shade Flirtatious. Place number 5 goes to a liquid blush, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love in the shade Bohemian Kiss. I talked about these in a recent favorites video. I really like them. They're basically lip and cheek tints, so they have like this little applicator, so you can use it as like a lipstick and a cheek tint. I haven't really been using it as a lip stain. I've mostly been using it as like a cheek tint, so just looks like that, quite pigmented, but it's quite easy to like blend out, and it blends out a lot more sheer, so that is something that you have to like. It is right there. I have seen people that weren't like the biggest fan of this because they thought it was lacking a bit of pigment, but really when I applied this on my face, this is pigmented enough for my liking, and it's definitely buildable as well, as long as you work fast with this product. So this is really a product that you have to blend quite fast. So put it on your face, blend it out, and then do the other side, because otherwise it won't be as easy to blend as it is when you blend it right away. But this is definitely a lovely blush. I do really enjoy it, and that is, like I said, in the shade Bohemian Kiss. That is place number 5. In place number 4, I have the same blush but in a different shade. So this is also the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love, but this one is in the shade Petal Pink, and of course I had to rank the pink version higher than the red version, because we all know I love a pink blush. I'm going to swatch this one as well. It's super subtle, but it looks so beautiful on the face. So this is that one right there, and as you can see, blended out, they look quite similar on my hand, but on my face you definitely see a difference. I prefer this because it's a really gorgeous pinky shade, but again, same story as the other ones. I find this really easy to work with. It gives a really nice color to the face. It looks super natural, and I absolutely love this one. So that is the Tinted Love in the shade Petal Pink in place number 4. Place number 3 goes to a very recent blush addition to my collection, and this is the Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's So LA. I mentioned this in my January buys. I was so excited to finally own this in my collection, and it is absolutely beautiful. Even though I've only used this like 2 times, I'm already ranking it in place number 3. That is how pretty this is. So this is what that one looks like. As you can see, the bottom one is a powder blush, and then on the top we have a cream blush, and this is really like made for layering. So let me swatch this as well. So I've just swatched it for you on a very inconvenient location. It's really hard to show, but here we have them, both the cream and the powder side. So as you can see, this is sort of like a very pretty rosy bronzy shade, and it's just the most gorgeous bronzy blush. I'm wearing it right now. I feel like it looks super beautiful. I do feel like it's a bit more pigmented on this side than it is on this side, but this is just such a gorgeous blush, and I feel like a lot of people really love this. So that is the Patrick Ta blush duo in the shade She's So LA. Place number 2 goes to my Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Bliss. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is a matte liquid blush. I showed this in my January buys as well. It has like this doe foot applicator which makes it super easy to apply, and as you can see it's a really beautiful wearable shade. I've blended it out right there. Look how pretty that shade is. It's a super wearable shade as well. As you can tell from all of these swatches, I just love a wearable, everyday friendly blush that I can just wear like for every day and just always looks beautiful, goes with pretty much everything. This one is definitely a blush that I enjoy so much. So that is the Rare Beauty liquid blush. I'm not sure like the exact name of this one is, but I will have it linked down below. And this blush really makes me want to try more shades from this collection. It's so beautiful and I really love it. So that is the Rare Beauty blush. And then place number 1, if you know my makeup collection, you know the one blush that is missing right now. My absolute favorite blush, the #1 position, goes to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pink Gasm. You guys, this is so beautiful. The hype is real about this. I did a review about this, so I will have that linked on the screen and maybe down below as well. But this is just one of those like sponge applicators, and this blush is sort of like a hybrid between a blush and a highlighter. So when you swatch it, this is what it looks like. Like, look how pretty and glowy that is, and then you like blend it out and just like the most gorgeous glowy pinky blush to the skin. I absolutely love this. This is just really one that you have to like see on the skin, because then you truly see how beautiful it is. So definitely check out my review to see this in action. But this is my #1 blush, the Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm blush, and like I said, the hype is real for this one. It's so beautiful. Okay everyone, then this was it for me ranking all of my blushes in my collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Let me know if you thought the ranking was surprising or did you expect any of these. Let me know what your favorite blush is in the comment section down below. And if you own any of the blushes I just showed you, let me know your thoughts on it as well. And if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel and I'd really appreciate it. But with that said, and to thank you guys all so much for watching, I really hope you have an amazing day and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!